embarking on a quarter century of excellence.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Well, for us, it's a great morning because it's our birthday. And to join in the celebrations, we have Dipan Mehta, Director at Elixir Equities, who joins us on the show. Hi, Dipan. Thanks so much for joining in. And thanks so much for being a support over the last many, many years to our channel, educating us, educating our viewers as well. Dipan, let's discuss a few stocks. Rima was telling us earlier there's going to be a large trade on Bharti Airtel. So that one could open up a little bit on the red, but it's been a strong stock. What's your view on that one?
Good morning, Nigel, and thank you for having me on your show. First of all, congratulations to you and entire CNBC team on Silver Jubilee. It's been a fantastic journey, and I'm really privileged to have been a part of it. Coming specifically to Bharti Airtel, I think the stock has done pretty well over the past few quarters or so. And the most important aspect is that gradually we are seeing positive cash flows because 5G investment is reducing. And the entire telecom space is clearly a duopoly. The only kind of fly in the ointment, so to speak, is the increase in ARPUs, and that's not as per what Street is expecting. But at some point of time, I think that should also start kicking in the form of higher usage or in the form of making adjustments to their plans, which can derive a higher yield. So very positive on the company, and I think next 2-3 years could see very good earnings flow because of higher operating leverage.
Okay, Dipan, hi, good morning, and thanks for joining us. And, it's as much your birthday as it is ours, right? I mean, you've been a part of this journey through thick and thin. But let me talk about some more stocks. We were all discussing how the large caps have just not performed this year, whether it's Reliance, HDFC Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank. Do you think the time is now? And as a retail investor, is this a good time to be putting money to work in some of these large cap names I mentioned?
Good morning, Sonia. See, end of the day, these small mid-cap stocks do take their PE multiple guidance from the large cap stocks. So at some point of time, unless the large cap stocks don't start to move up and their PEs do not get re-rated higher, there's only so much that the small mid-cap stocks can also move up. So very positive on large cap stocks. It's only that the FI selling was keeping them pinned down for so many months or so. But now that has turned positive, I'm very confident that large cap stocks should also do very well. Their valuations are reasonable, and they have underperformed. There's some amount of margin of safety also over there. And when markets are overheated or slightly overheated as they are just now, and you still want to put money to use, then it's better to go for safer investment in the large cap stocks rather than the small mid cap, where a bad quarter or a bad news flow can have a exaggerated effect on the negative side as well. So I'll be a bit cautious on mid cap stocks, small cap stocks because of the valuation. But if I have to put money to work, then large cap is where I would look at putting my money.
Dipan, when the RBI regulation on risk weights came through, I think that is still being understood, right? I mean, take Paytm for an example, as we were talking about it earlier, smaller ticket size loans. And I think we will continue to hear more and more about how banks and financials will moderate growth targets, etc., going forward. Any thoughts here on Paytm, if you want to add anything, or any of the other names there? Because financials as a space is seen to be, because it's not performed, is expected to do well.
Good morning. See, I think that the RBI move is phenomenal. I've lived through the IL&FS crisis and so many other banking crises. And I think the RBI is acting ahead and making sure that we don't have a crisis in the small lending, unsecured loan space. So although there is short-term pain, there could be long-term gain. And in fact, the kind of earnings growth which NBFCs and banks can generate could perhaps get extended. Maybe the NPA cycle also is further down to the future because of this RBI measure which they have taken. And they may take further measures as well if the kind of loans do not moderate as they want them to. And coming specific to Paytm, I think Paytm has got so many, revenue streams that if something is not working out for them, they'll start to focus on the other revenue streams. And they can always move higher on the ticket size. The main advantage of Paytm is the users that come on their platform and the ease with which they're able to do transactions over there, be it lending or be it insurance or even some of the other financial products. And from that point of view, I think that remains a compelling investment proposition. So I'm just waiting for the quarters in which Paytm starts to turn positive. Again, these are great businesses with very high operating leverage. So once the revenue starts to grow, most of it start to go to the bottom line once the kind of expenses also stabilize. So I don't think that it's something to be so concerned about, and it's very aggressive management. They will make adjustments as they go along.